When you think of a Stone Age human, what comes to mind? Maybe a cartoonish caveman grunting and dragging a club? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because the reality is so much more fascinating. The minds of our Stone Age ancestors were not simple or primitive. They were brilliant, innovative, and deeply complex. Welcome to First Minds, Intelligence in the Stone Age. Let's start with the most iconic Stone Age achievement, tools. It is easy to look at a hand axe and think it's just a sharp rock. But creating one required a level of intelligence that's truly astounding. To make an Acheulean hand axe, for example, our ancestors needed to select the right kind of stone, visualize a three-dimensional shape hidden inside it, and then execute dozens, sometimes hundreds of precise strikes with another rock to chip away the excess. This process demonstrates incredible forethought, planning, and fine motor control. They had to understand physics, fracture mechanics, and angles. This wasn't just brute force. It was sophisticated engineering. But their intelligence wasn't just practical. There's powerful evidence for abstract and symbolic thought, the very things we often think separate us from other animals. Take a look at the Blombos Cave in South Africa. Archaeologists there found pieces of ochre, a natural pigment, engraved with geometric patterns, like cross-hatching. These date back over 75,000 years. This isn't a tool for hunting. This is art. It's communication. It's proof that these early humans were thinking symbolically, using marks to represent an idea. They were creating meaning, a fundamentally human trait. They also found shell beads, carefully perforated to be strung together. This wasn't just jewelry. It was a way to express identity, social status, and group affiliation. They were communicating who they were without words. And speaking of communication, let's talk about language. While we can't listen to a Stone Age conversation, the complexity of their lives strongly suggests they had sophisticated language. How else could they coordinate a mammoth hunt, a dangerous and complex task requiring multiple people to work together seamlessly? How could they pass down the intricate knowledge of tool-making from one generation to the next? It wasn't just grunts and gestures. They likely had a well-developed language to plan, teach, negotiate, and tell stories. The cognitive abilities needed for complex tool-making, like sequencing and planning, are processed in the same areas of the brain that handle language. It's likely that as our tools got more complex, so did our words. Finally, let's consider their social intelligence. Surviving the Stone Age wasn't a solo mission. It required intense cooperation. They lived in groups, shared food, cared for the sick and elderly, and built social networks. This required empathy, understanding others' intentions, and navigating complex social dynamics. Evidence of healed injuries on ancient skeletons shows that injured individuals were cared for by their group, sometimes for years. This isn't the behavior of simple-minded brutes. It's the behavior of a community bound by social and emotional ties. They understood the value of each member and the power of working together. So, the next time you picture a Stone Age human, don't imagine a simple caveman. Picture an engineer, an artist, a storyteller, and a social strategist. Picture a mind that was sharp, creative, and fully capable of navigating a challenging world with incredible ingenuity. They weren't a primitive first draft of humanity. They were the brilliant pioneers who laid the cognitive foundations for everything that followed, including the world we live in today. Thanks for watching. If you found this as fascinating as I do, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our incredible human story. See you next time.